Okay. Well, I turned it off and back on again. So also you can check in again if it is so forth. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, please refresh if you have not yet. It should be live on both vertical and horizontal on the YouTube stream. Now, I'm confirming that I can see it on my end. So that's a good thing. Okay, remember a few minutes ago, right before I had to restart, where I was like, we're gonna take a 3-minute break and we're gonna play Words on Stream. We're gonna do that, except I'm not gonna run an ad because like I don't want to punish y'all for waiting. But I do want to play a game of Words on Stream. Or more to the point, I want to do these dishes that are in the sink because they need to get done. So we are gonna do that, but I'm not gonna run an ad because I don't know, because now I'm bucking over it. Okay. Hey, if you're on YouTube, welcome in. Thank you for hanging out today. We're making peanut butter cookies. We're about to put them in the oven. We're also doing a focaccia, which we're going to get more cracking on here in just a few moments. Once we have these cookies in the oven, I'm going to switch over to the stove, the sink. I'm going to do some dishes while they're cooking, and then we're going to come back over here and check them. It says they need to cook for 9 to 10 minutes. We're going to set a timer for 9 minutes. Maybe. Alien Fox Mulder, welcome in. We're going to set a timer for 9 minutes. We're going to put these cookies in the oven. And we're going to start the timer. Okay, come on over to the sink. Maybe. We should be looking at the sink now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just want to do some dishes here. I have the chat over here at the sink with me, so I will certainly respond as necessary and appropriate. Like your cookies a little underbaked. You know, I don't think my sense of like anxiety will let me underbake cookies. I think that pretty much every time I've baked cookies, I've either baked them correctly or over-baked them. Like the Zingbot mug, Command Zing, if you're a subscriber, you can use that command. We also have a new subscriber command today, Command Meow. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love Zing. I love that one so much. I always forget about that one. There's so many there's like a bunch of different sound commands. No, I said I was going to run a game of Words on Stream, didn't I? And I just didn't. I literally just didn't. I lost track of what I was supposed to be doing when the stream crashed. Very, very honestly. Y'all want to play a game of Words on Stream? Let's do that. We can do that. I feel like I've teased it enough. Hold on. Let me set up a game of Words on Stream real quick. It's ready to go. I just need to hit start. Okay, there we go. All right, we have a game of Words on Stream going. I'm going to do these dishes. We're going to let these cookies bake. And there's no ads running either. So we're just, if you're not a subscriber, just consider this a good opportunity to hit subscribe out of the generosity of your own heart and not because you want to hear whatever nonsense it is I have to say during the ad break that usually runs and accompanies Words on Stream, which is not happening today. I just want to do these dishes, honestly. Like, that's my motivation here is like, if you're in the kitchen while things are like in the oven baking, right? It's when you should be cleaning up. Or not should be, but generally speaking, it's a good idea to like clean up during that time. Because that's sort of like when you have time to do it, right? It makes it easier to just do it then. Okay, we're putting things in the dishwasher. I'm gonna wash these 2 pots. This Dutch oven that's in the sink is still from last night. It got cleaned, but it didn't get scoured. So it was clean, but not like done. Finished. Amy G, welcome in. Zach, welcome in. Hello. We're doing a little quick break here. Stream just crashed on me. Or it didn't crash, but it was going to crash, so I did a little preemptive reset, and now I'm getting now I'm just resetting my brain here. Hey, congrats on the board. Let's start another one. Here we go. But we're resetting while I do the dishes and wait for these cookies to finish up in the oven, because they are, I don't know. They're not going to take too long. It says they take 9 minutes, which is not very long for cookies, like, generally speaking. But clean as you go is what we're trying to do right now. Grace, welcome in. Darth Bravaca, welcome in. Good to see you. Congrats on another really good episode of Food Fight the other day. I was lurking for a while and I realized I didn't say hi. I think I actually said hi like maybe 14 seconds before the raid. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to say hi. And then I got really self-conscious about it and said hi like right at the end. I think. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I actually didn't. Maybe I just dreamed that I was supposed to. And then maybe I just dreamed that I did and then didn't. Or didn't dream. Maybe I like intended to. Anyway, congrats on another good episode of Food Fight. Friend of the stream, call it food and drink streamer, Darth Bravaca. I saw there was a link and a shout out for Zachary Michael in there too. Zach is a lovely human to follow here on the internet. Super regular during the week schedule. Good vibes. Lovely commentary. And a great community. Zach's community is also, we have some overlap, and I always, I appreciate all the folks that hang out in both streams. I appreciate all the folks that hang out here, and I appreciate that often they have come from Zach's stream and are, turn out to be lovely humans after all. My son is home. He is back from school. Calvin, hello.
Hello. Look what I got.
What did you get? Where did you go?
I went to the corner store.
Oh, damn.
After school. Because
Okay.
the Girl Scout cookies were $6.
Yeah.
And,
So you decided to spend the change on snacks instead of giving the change to mom. Got it. Okay.
no, I told her.
Can you get Elsie off those cookies? Get her off the counter, please.
And
The cat is investigating the cookie tray.
But I was going to spend it on coffee that the vending machine at school.
Uh-huh.
But I decided, Tom, I'm gonna have to help you growing.
Okay. She is outsmarting. She's outmaneuvering you, Calvin. The cat.
And I didn't spend it.
Grace, I'm glad to hear that. Zach brought me here a few weeks ago. I love that. Okay, well, good. Well, how about eating a piece of fruit and then having whatever you want? Oh, I feel those eye rolls behind me. I feel them. I feel them behind me. Bum-bums. Good luck on your school run.
We don't have any fruit.
We have apples in there. We have an apple. You can cut it up
I know, that's why
if you want. Well, sometimes you're going to have what's available, okay? Did you have a vegetable or two with your lunch? Okay, good. Well, that's a good start. I know you hate that I ask you to eat something like that after school, don't you? Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. And sorry to be the bad guy, dude. It's just, you know, if you want to eat powdered donuts and Takis, I'm going to ask you to eat an apple too. That's just how it goes. Okay? And, okay. He's escaped upstairs. He's really pissed at me. Good. Okay. Zach says, I'm only going to eat Takis and powdered donuts. You're not my dad. Yes, that is correct, Zach. I cannot control what you eat. I can't control what anyone eats, really. That's not the... I can request that happen. Okay, timer's going off. Callie, do you want me to cut it up for you? We'll bring it back down here. We got to get these cookies out of the oven. Okay, I'm going to leave this Dutch oven soak for just a few moments over here while we do that. We had a board, so we're going to keep going here with these. This while I get these out. These do not look quite finished yet, so I'm going to give those another minute. It said 9 to 10 minutes, so I'm going to give those another minute. Also, my oven doesn't always cook things in the full. What's the word I'm searching for? The temperature of the oven is occasionally an issue when I'm cooking, because I don't think it cooks, or I don't think it heats all the way up to the temperature it says that it is. So what that means is things usually take longer. It's also frustrating when I'm testing recipes for like other people, because I'm like, hey, this says it is supposed to take 20 minutes. It took 25. And I'm like, actually, it's probably my oven. So we're gonna just let that go for another minute or two here until they look finished, and then we're gonna get them out. So, okay, how'd we do? I'm finished with the dishes. Was that was not a board, correct? I was looking. I don't think that was a board. No board. Okay. All right. Excellent. If we want to play words later, we can certainly do that again. I will probably bring that one back around. Oh shit, I forgot the hold on. The white balance is all off. All my cameras are weird now because I usually do all this adjustment before stream. Okay, there we go. All right, let's look at these. Timer just went off again. What are these supposed to look like? The book says something. Cookies have spread and the edges are set. It says that the edges are set. That's different. I don't know that I've heard that as a direction before. Usually it has something to do with the center of the cookies. So let me check these, and then I'm gonna cut your apple up. Okay. Edges are set. Not quite. Not quite. One more minute. Just enough time to cut up an apple. All right. Come here. Let me have the offensive fruit. What kind of fruit are you into recently, Callie? What would you like to have in the house?
More like smaller berries or melons.
Berries and melons?
Not like one, like I prefer not one big thing, but like a bunch of smaller things.
Okay. Okay.
And that's why I like these.
Yeah. Feels like less work, right?
Daisy.
Here you go. Okay, cool. Calvin, your karate uniform is not, it didn't go through the wash, but I took it off the floor and is hanging up there. Okay? Okay, timer just went off again. So that was what, 12 minutes?
Yeah.
Total minutes?
Mom texted me and asked if I was feeling up to karate because she said
Yeah.
that she noticed that I was getting more sick.
Uh-huh.
And I have more of a sore throat
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
So I said I'm not.
Okay. So you're not going to karate. I see. She texted me to let me know. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Well, guess we'll just eat when we're ready to eat dinner then. Cool. Cal, if you're not feeling good and your sinuses and throat are feeling a little off, I want you to take a hot shower, okay? Let the steam build up. There's plenty of hot water because I just did the dishes. It'll feel really good if you do that, okay? Okay. Okay, now these edges are set. They look set. They look like a little craggy, which is a good indicator. Okay, so these definitely spread a little bit. Here they are. There's cookies on the camera if you're so inclined to see them. These are peanut butter cookies. And we're going to put these down now because the tray is really hot. I'm going to put these on a wire rack. Grace, yeah, that is a fair and valid problem with watching any food stream. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, so these took 13 minutes. I'm going to put these in the oven. I'm going to set a timer for 12 minutes because I opened the oven a few times on those and let a bunch of heat out. So I'm going to set a timer for 12 minutes. And we'll do that next batch. Okay, dishes are finished. Cookies are made. I can also now take a pink Post-it note and put that on my book here, because that means the pink Post-it notes are the ones that I've made. So I've made these cookies, confirmed. They're right there. It does say to transfer the pan to a wire rack and let the cookies cool completely on the pan. So we're going to let them cool completely as requested by the instructions. I was charging my microphone there for a little bit while I was like restarting stream. I forgot that I was like, what is, I'm looking at the very tiny picture of myself on the screen. I'm like, what is that white thing? I'm like, oh, it's the wire. Okay, so we're gonna move these off to the side. Yes, we're witnesses. Almost, and you almost weren't, because things sort of derailed earlier. I'm hoping we're back on track. I don't know. Now I'm speculative, but that was definitely a computer problem earlier. When the stream went offline, that most certainly had to do with the computer and not my internet connection. But I don't know. Yesterday it was my internet connection because all the devices in the house went off. So I don't know. Caretaker, I like this system because I can sort of easily see when I look at the top of the book, I'm like, oh, what have I made? What are the blue ones? The blue ones are cookies the blue ones are almost always recipes that I would like to make, that I've like flagged as to make when I went through the cookbook and read it. So most of my cookbooks start out with a bunch of other colored flags, and then they transition to like pink over time. So for example, this cookie book has sable cookies, raspberry rye cookies are marked to be made. I have double chocolate espresso cookies marked to be made. Neapolitan cookies. These are ones that take a lot of work, but they look really fun. So good. We polished off another batch from the 100 Cookies cookbook, which we love. Friend of the stream purchased that and sent it to the P.O. box maybe 2 years ago at this point. And yeah, I've made several Cookie Club cookies from there as well that have all worked out really nicely. Okay, what are we doing for dinner? Dinner is focaccia bread. Now that I know that Calvin's not going to karate tonight, that means that like once I'm finished, I don't need to account for like the karate timing now, which is nice. I can sort of just divest myself of having to think about that at all. Wonderful. The focaccia filling, we're going to have, this is one of the last, this is the last thing I wrote down in this notebook was what the focaccia filling. Actually, I didn't write down the focaccia filling, but I can do that. We're going to put asparagus, bacon, mozzarella, pizza sauce, and I'm going to look around in the fridge and see what else is in there to scrounge up to actually like put in this thing on whatever. Focaccia and pizza recipes are the same, except that focaccia has more oil. I mean, focaccia is basically a pizza, right? Like it's really, I mean, I find them pretty similar. Pizza sauce. We have, let's see, do I want to add anything else to the topping on here from this cabinet? I got beans, that's going to be a no. I got crushed tomatoes, that's going to be a no. Tomato paste, no. Pinto beans, no. Okay, nothing from there. Do I want anything from here? Onion, no, I don't. If I wanted onion, I have it in the, I have a half an onion in the fridge. That's all grains and beans. As stated, answer to those are no. Let's look in here now. I've got, I said pizza sauce, but I don't. Cheese, mozzarella cheese. I have Parmesan. That's not open yet, so I'm not going to open that just for this. Do I want to add anything else here? Oh, asparagus. That's what I said, asparagus, didn't I? Leftover asparagus spears. I also want to add to that asparagus, and just in general, I want to add a little bit more of this roasted garlic that I've been working through. I have miso, chipotle, and harissa. I don't want to add those. I have an apple in there. I don't want to add that. I have this broccoli in here. There's broccoli in here too. That's fascinating. Okay, this parsley we'll add to the top when we're finished. What do we have back here? Pickles, no. Mayonnaise, no. No. Okay, so that's it for my toppings. We've got a good selection of stuff. Also, I said bacon. I mentioned bacon. I have it in here somewhere. It's somewhere in this freezer. Things have gotten shuffled around since I was in here previously, so we're going on a hunt because I know there's like 6 to 8 strips of bacon somewhere in here. There they are. Okay, we'll put those on there, and that'll be a good use. That'll be a good use of those. Little use it up situation. Okay. Who's texting me? Okay. Good. Okay. Syphilis says, I saw a reel that made charcuterie board focaccia. Salami, jam, cheese, pickles, and stuff like that. It looks so yummy. That sounds yummy. That sounds great, actually. I feel like I I feel like I would eat that. I love the idea of jam in there. One of my favorite combinations of flavors is asparagus and jam, like any kind of jam. It's kind of surprising, but it works really well. Let's get this. I'm going to move this focaccia. So here's this dough, by the way. I took this out of the fridge about 4 hours ago at this point, maybe. We're going to leave that right there on the counter. We're going to also grab the sea salt, Michael Bublé. We're on the same page here. I'm going to put the bacon in the oven to cook once the cookies are out. I don't want them in the oven at the same time. But the bacon is completely frozen right now. I'm just going to put that on a wire rack, like on a sheet pan, and we'll just cook it that way. I find that it works really well just like that. Will it fit on this rack? It will. I don't know if this is too... I wonder how many pieces of bacon are in here. I feel like I need a wider rack than this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pieces of bacon. Okay. I feel like that will fit. 1, 2... No, it will not. Okay. Not quite. We need a wider rack than that. Let's get one of these racks. This will work. This will work much better. And then we'll put that over top of a sheet pan. One, two, three, 4, 5. Oh no. 6. And these are going to slightly overlap, but not too much. And then 7. We're going to cut this one up. I'm going to cut it up anyway, so it's okay. All right, there. That all fits on one sheet pan, and pop that in the oven when it's ready. You'll be at Food Fight February 2nd. Cool. Do you feel prepared? Do you feel like ready? Do you have like strategies in place of some kind? Are you seeking any advice? I have a plan for whatever the wheel might land on. That's just like, yeah, knowing what the options on the wheel possibly are is, I think, key. I always think for that type of thing, it's a good idea to have like a couple different dishes that you could make. Because you know the ingredient ahead of time, but you don't know the format of what you need to make it into. So just, I thought it was proper to have 3 to 4 different things that I thought I could make, considered ahead of time, that I had kind of thought through in a way where I felt like, okay, there's no like surprises here. Like, oh, you know, if I'm making this thing, like, am I going to make the pita bread myself, or am I going to have pita bread available in the fridge? You know, if it lands on like a dinner, for example, like knowing the steps to like 3 or 4 dishes that you could potentially make, I think is probably the most critical thing that I could think of. And then sort of knowing where those dishes might fit. Like, hey, I have this thing that sounds really good. how does it fit into like the narrative? You know, where is it going to go? If you know, which of the things on the wheel can I put this dish in? That was my general approach. And then obviously the tech side of things is intimidating. I was weirded out, not paralyzingly so, but it was odd because when I was doing Food Fight, I had to like hear other people, and I don't usually wear any type of headphones or anything during stream. And like I was wearing like headphones so I could hear people talking and also like not hear them talking out of my computer, which would then come into my mic, which would then create a feedback loop. So that was odd, where like to me, just like literally wearing headphones in the kitchen and like doing something I'm not used to doing while I'm cooking threw me off a little bit. Okay, bacon is going in the oven. Bacon is in the oven. It's at 350. I'm gonna bump that up to 400, just so the heat comes on. I'm gonna set a timer. Let's set a timer for 10 minutes and just see where it's at after 10. I know it's not gonna be finished, but like, who knows? In the interim, I'm also going to put the bacon, the bacon fat from there that drips onto the pan back on top of the focaccia, because I think that'll be really good. And if it's not really good, it'll at least take the place of the olive oil. Okay, I only use this cutting board for apples, so we're going to come back to it. I'm going to cut this. How do I want to cut this asparagus up? I want to cut this asparagus up into small circles. Like I want to make this. Okay, I'm going to cut the tips off of it, because the tips I kind of want to have in their whole selves. I'm going to cut the tips off, and then we'll cut the rest of it into tiny little circles, and I'm going to put those in a cast iron pan along with some garlic, some of that garlic, roasted garlic that I have, and we'll put those just in the oven alongside the bacon, and it should be finished roughly around the same time. So I want to have asparagus on here, but what I don't want is like chunky, stringy pieces of asparagus. So I am cutting this into small circles so that it is like, you know, very bite size and not at all chewy or tough. And we'll cook it until it's a little soft as well. 2 proteins and 4 or 5 different vehicles for Food Fight does sound like a good idea. An AirPod for audio and mic. That sounds good. Yeah, I only had these big old headphones. 9. That is cool. The Plinko board. Man, the Plinko board. I love the sound of a Plinko board, but like the anxiety of a board or a wheel spin is like very real. Remember Dana had asked me to do season 1 of Food Fight, and I was like, I don't want to. I felt, well, one, like some of the dates didn't line up, but I was also like, I don't really want to do that. It gives me so much anxiety to like compete in that way. I think it would give me less anxiety to do that on like a TV show. Like literally, if there weren't, because like when I watch those shows, right, you watch like Guys Grocery Games, or you watch like any of those competition shows, like some of them have an audience, but a lot of them don't. But like doing something on Twitch means there's people in chat. And I feel like it was it made me more nervous knowing that there would be people watching for like immediate feedback than if I did something like that in a like studio and it just aired like months later. Somehow. If anybody knows anybody from Guys Grocery Games, like hook it up, because that's the show I would like to be on. I would love that. Seems so much fun. Although it would be annoying because it would probably be like, I'd probably get pigeonholed on that show into like foodie dads or some sort of awful category like that, which like obviously that is sort of like the category that I fit in, right? But I would rather do something like they have like weeknight meals. They have like they do have a lot of parents on that show sometimes. But I feel like I would get pigeonholed into that like I don't know. I think of myself I think of myself less as like, you know, one of those like annoying foodie people and more as someone who's just like cooking regular dinner. And I would feel annoyed if it was just like I would feel annoyed if they used the term foodie a bunch or for it just wouldn't sit right with me. It's my brand. Well, it is, but that doesn't mean I need to love it. Plinko is the most popular game and The Price is Right. That's fascinating. I don't think I've ever gamed out the strategy system on The Price is Right like that. All right, a little bit of olive oil on this asparagus. I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper in on this too. And then all of this is just going to go into the pan. And then once it's finished cooking, I'm just going to scrape all of this stuff out of the pan onto the top of the focaccia. So it's going to be like all the garlic that's in here is going to end up in the focaccia as well. Maybe a little bit of salt, just a touch. A friend of mine read a book breaking down the patterns of each Price is Right game. That's some like deep lore going on there. That's pretty cool. Price is Right is what you watch when you're like homesick, right? That's like the vibe. Like, Mom, I don't feel good. I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna watch The Price is Right. Okay, I'm just putting this in the cast iron pan. I'm gonna pop this in the oven. We'll let this cook for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it takes, and then we'll just leave it in that pan until I'm ready to put it on top of the focaccia. All right, the bacon is coming along. Definitely not ready yet. It's, you know, it's only been in there for what I said it in there for 10 minutes. It's been in there for 7 minutes, so it's sure as heck not ready yet. Let's get the cheese and the parsley ready to go, done up. Then we will. I'm not going to cook the sauce. The sauce is, I'm just using like regular pizza sauce. I'm not using regular pizza sauce. I'm using Don Pepino pizza sauce. The Don Pepino pizza sauce made with Jersey fresh tomatoes. This is basically ready to go. Fully prepared, it says. So I'm just going to put this on top and it'll cook with the dough. Like it doesn't need to be heated. Doesn't need to be simmered in advance. I'm not adding anything to it. I'm just literally using it as a sauce. So I might not end up using the whole can, but like we'll get there. We'll figure it out as we go. So, all right, parsley is going to be a topping at the end. So we're going to put this in a little bowl and just save this. I'm going to put that on when it comes out of the oven, along with a little bit of salt, sea salt. So I'm going to put them together so that I remember the salt. I'm not going to I'm not going to forget the parsley, but I will forget the salt. Putting the parsley stems in my stock bag. I'm not cooking tomorrow either. We have plenty of leftovers to get us through the weekend. So I'm actually going to take the rest of this parsley out of this bag and put that in my stock bag as well, because it will go bad before I get to using it. So we're just going to preemptively put it in there. These peanut butter cookies are probably down to room temperature by now. Once I'm finished prepping my focaccia ingredients, we're going to try... Actually, I'm going to try the peanut butter cookies while I'm waiting for the focaccia to cook. That's what we'll do. Because I also, while I'm waiting for the focaccia to cook, want to look through the 108 Asian Cookies cookbook and pick a cookie for Cookie Club this coming month. The goal is to cook something out of that book this time around, because I just got it. I've been looking forward to getting it. I've been looking forward to cooking out of it. I didn't look for peanut butter recipes in there today, but I do want to look for a few. Well, I want to look for a few good recipes in there that I assume they're all good recipes, but I'd like to look for a few recipes in there that I'd like to make. We'll flag them and tag them, and then we'll probably pick one for Cookie Club. Okay, so bacon has been in there now for 10 minutes. Timer's about to go off. I'm going to open the oven. We're going to check that out and just see how much longer it should probably be in there for. I would say at least another 5 minutes, which is, I think, about the minimum. But let's do that. Five. Okay, actually, I don't need to set that timer. Yeah, I'm gonna give that bacon another 5 minutes or so. It's looking good. It's got some like little teeny bits of browning on the edge, but not, it's still got quite a bit of pink. And it's not gonna cook any farther on top of the focaccia. Like, I don't want it to cook on the focaccia. I want it to be fully cooked when it goes on. So we're going to let that ride for a little bit longer. We're going to tear this mozzarella apart. I'm going to put my salt in with my parsley. That way I remember. Otherwise, I am very likely to forget, as I said. Okay, but let's get this mozzarella. Why do I have this mozzarella? This was from last week for when we made lasagna, and I bought an extra. I didn't know if it was extra at the time, but I bought an additional piece of mozzarella. So we're going to finish using that today. This is a use it up. This is another one of our use it up meals that we worked on a couple weeks ago. The focaccia is something I can kind of make anytime, but the pizza sauce and the cheese were the intended use it up thing. Oddly enough, I already used the cheese that I was intending to use for this focaccia when I thought about it, but I have other cheese now that is to be used up. So it's still a use it up meal. We also used up a bit of the asparagus, as well as the bacon. The bacon was originally part of what I had planned to use for this, and the pizza sauce, as I mentioned. Well, it was the pizza sauce, the bacon, and a different kind of cheese, but cheese nonetheless, were the intended things that I had on hand when I planned this meal a couple weeks ago. So The focaccia bread here over here, by the way, is almost expanded to the size of the pan. So when I put it in there, putting this in the pan was the first thing I did on stream today. And so it's been resting now for about 4.5 hours or so, something around that, which is right about the time that it needs. It is definitely ready to go. I see some good bubbles on there. We're going to get some more bubbles when I end up like pressing it and topping with all the different ingredients. So it's going to end up being really pretty airy, I think, which is good. We love that. So we've got mozzarella here. I've got 2 more minutes for the bacon before I want to check it again. That'll be 15 total minutes in the oven at 400. When I check the bacon, I'm also going to stir the asparagus because that is has been in the oven and is ready to go. Massage focaccia like Bugs Bunny massaging Elmer Fudd's head, right? With the whole like the very pliable, the suddenly pliable skin on the top of Elmer Fudd's head. I know exactly what you're talking about. The visual is a good one. All right. We are slowly finishing up here, this mozzarella. This mozzarella is a different consistency than the one that you get in like the mozzarella balls. This is just a square mozzarella. I could have shredded this. It probably would have been, might have been easier to do, but if I recall, watch me recalling, I did try to shred this type of mozzarella last week when we made the asparagus, when I made the lasagna, and it didn't shred very well. It was like a little bit too soft. So now I'm remembering, I'm like, okay, I don't think I could shred this actually. I could, I think I didn't have the patience to do it. Megan, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands again over here real quick and get back into the oven because my timer's about to go off. Everything is ready for my focaccia now, except what is currently in the oven. So once that timer goes off, we're either going to put it back in or we're going to get it out and start making food here, or start topping this focaccia. Okay, timer is going off. Let's check in the oven. Okay, bacon looks about ready. Let me take a better look at this than just at this distance. Not quite. I think I'm going to well, I'm going to stir the asparagus. Let's do that first. I'm going to stir the asparagus, and I'm going to hit the broiler. I'm going to hit the bacon with the broiler now because it's cooked, but it's not like browned yet. So I think a little broil would be helpful for it. French Drawing says, I have a meal plan for the snow. Not specifically, but I considered for a moment like what it would look like if I needed to make meals for like 3 or 4 days. And decided that I could do that from my basement freezer and then didn't think about it anymore. So yes, like no, but also yes. Okay, asparagus is good. Like I said, the bacon is getting there. I'm gonna hit this with the broiler now for like 2 minutes. The asparagus is underneath of the bacon, so I'm not worried about it overcooking because the broiler is just like top down heat and the bacon's going to take all of that. So we'll let that go for a couple minutes. 2 specifically. Let me set a timer. And is my broiler going? Not yet. Not yet. Almost there. There it goes. Okay, 2 minutes under the hot. Caretaker says, Philadelphia, to me, is a colder weather city. So I don't see the Arctic temps shutting everything down. Southern states, I'm more worried for it. Yeah, Philadelphia is very clearly prepared for like big snow. I mean, it's mid-Atlantic, so we get snow here. We get snow every winter. Not the type of snow that you get like, you know, in the upper Midwest. It doesn't get that cold as it doesn't get, you know, as cold as it does there in Philly, but yeah, I mean, we still definitely get snow. The streets are salted right now because we got snow last weekend. So like the streets right now have salt all over them. So we're prepared. I mean, insofar as one can be prepared to get that much snow all at once. I understand it's supposed to be quite a bit. We'll see how it goes. I also know that living in this area of the country, the Mid-Atlantic specifically, often when there's, you know, panic over, you know, a blizzard coming, there's like an inch of snow, and that's all that happens. So I think we'll see. I don't have a like, I looked at the weather. I haven't really like thought too much about it because what happened, the only thing that would concern me is a prolonged power outage. I'm not particularly concerned about like not being able to get out of the house for days. Primarily because the city plows. As soon as it starts snowing, they will start plowing, and like they'll definitely plow. It will happen. I'm not worried about it. Okay, this is looking good. We're curling. I'm gonna give that 1 more minute and we'll be good on the bacon. Once that bacon is finished, I'm gonna get it out of the oven. I'm gonna leave the asparagus in there for a few moments while I cut the bacon up. Then we'll get the asparagus out. So timer's going. All right, let me get my cutting board over here again. I don't know why I keep moving the cutting board out of the way because I just don't want it right here in front of me, but like I keep using it, so I should just leave it there, but I'm not. Okay, so we got a bowl for the bacon. I'm going to cut that up. I'm going to, I think I'm just going to leave the oil from the bacon in its tray for a little bit while I process that. And then once I'm finished, I'll take the tray and just drizzle the oil over so I don't dirty another dish doing a like transferring the oil from the tray to a dish back into the bread. So, one year my mom went to a conference, it snowed in Houston and she was shocked how panicky it got. Yeah, when you're somewhere where it doesn't usually snow, people freak out. It's kind of wild. I remember I went to when I was in university, I went on a trip to Ireland in the springtime, and it snowed in Ireland while we were there. It snowed. When I say it snowed, I mean to them it snowed. To me, it was a flurry, and that's it. But the driver, we were supposed to go on like some sort of bus thing that day, and the driver refused to drive in the snowy conditions. Mind you, it was above freezing. The snow was not stuck to the road, and it had stopped flurrying. I don't know, conservative estimate, an hour before we were supposed to leave. So Michael, I'm with you. The bigger problem is definitely the drivers and people not knowing how to drive. Sometimes it's comical when you know how to do those things and you're like, I don't know anyone at home that wouldn't drive in this, that wouldn't drive in this condition. And it was funny. I was like, oh man, this is kind of wild. Like, this person's refusing to drive the bus because of the dangerous conditions on the road. And to me, I was like, what dangerous conditions? It's like more dangerous if it rains. It was like, 12 degrees Celsius outside, and there was a flurry, and that was it. Anyway, we did not go on the bus tour. Turns out no one else was allowed to drive the bus, so that ended that conversation. Right? Okay, this is the bacon. It's looking pretty good. I love cooking bacon in the oven because I feel like it just stays flatter. Did I ask to drive fudge rolling? I did not. I was 21 on that trip, and no, was I 21? Yeah, I was 21. I remember I was 21 because I was allowed to bring alcohol back with me, whereas everyone on the trip was allowed to drink in Ireland because the age is 18. There was only a few of us who were allowed to, who could like buy things and bring them back, and we were warned to not bring back alcohol for other people, and we would get in trouble for that. It was a school trip, and I did not. I genuinely did not, though I was asked. I was also like, I don't really know or care about any of y'all, so we're not actually friends. No, thank you. School closing for several days, and I could see my grass. Yeah, that's definitely the vibe I'm talking about. Because like the other thing though, I know I get the person's point. Like here, where we are used to snow, right, before it snows, they will put brine down, like salted brine on the roads. And as it's snowing, they will be out and salting and plowing and like continuously maintaining the roads. Whereas like places where it doesn't snow ever, like don't even have access to those things. They're not buying road salt like that, not in the quantity that it takes to do, a whole city or town, if it only happens once every so often, right? Yeah, oven bacon is absolutely superior. 100%. There's like, I remember I didn't cook bacon in the oven for a long time. And I remember when I sort of finally started doing it in the oven, it was like, why have I not been doing this? Like, why have I just like not done this at all? Okay, oven 425. The oven needs to be at 425. Okay, so now, like I said, I want to leave this little bit of bacon grease here on the pan. We'll keep that topping there. I'm going to take my asparagus out because that is most certainly finished now. I'm going to set the oven back on to 425. I'm actually going to set it to 430 because, as I mentioned earlier, the oven temperature isn't always spot on. So asparagus is definitely finished, and we are ready to go here with this. I'm going to put the asparagus over here because I don't have any more room on the counter. Actually, I do have room on the counter. Let me move this notebook. Let me check my directions here. Pour a tablespoon of oil over each of the dough. Rub your hands lightly. Use your fingers to press straight down to create dimples. If necessary, gently stretch the dough as you dimple to allow the dough to fill the pan. Sprinkle with salt. Transfer pans to the oven and bake for 25 to 30 minutes. Okay. Remove the pans, let cool for 10. All right. So while my oven reheats, I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to coat my hands in olive oil. Then we're going to stretch this dough and get it out to the corners of the pan. Then we're going to top it. I'm going to top it and pop it in the oven. While it's in the oven, we're going to clean up just for a few minutes. We're going to start by cleaning up a little bit, and then we're going to try some of these peanut butter cookies and pick our cookies for Cookie Club. I'm actually going to go through the cookbook and look at a bunch of different recipes and see like which ones I think are interesting, or I mean they're all interesting because they're all very, they're all pretty unique. But we're going to look through and see like what would be fun to make generally, and then what would be not worth, but what would be a good candidate to make on stream for Cookie Club. Okay, so we're going to start with some olive oil. Here's this focaccia dough. Let's do this view so that we have a little better, a better take on this. Come on down here. We'll zoom. What happened to this? Come on, computer. Come on, computer. Hold on. We froze. Why did it freeze? That's different. That hasn't happened before. I wonder if I bumped something. I don't think I bumped anything, but we're gonna try it. It froze when I clicked onto it on my Stream Deck. That's unique. This camera has been super consistent, so we'll see. Anyway, here's our focaccia dough. We're gonna get our toppings together here. Line this up. Line it with a little oil. Well, the cookies came out of the oven, but we haven't tried them yet. I'm going to try them once I get this focaccia dough in the oven. So we're almost there. So you are just in time. I hope therapy went well. I had therapy this week too. Love it. All right, we're just gonna push. I'm pushing this into the corners. I'm not dimpling it yet. I'm just kind of massaging it and stretching it out. Record lows. Heck yeah. We love record lows, huh? When you think it can't get worse, it does. We're talking about the temperature. All right, we're in the corners here. This looks real good. So what I'm going to do before I dimple this, so before I put any press downs in here, we're going to put the toppings on, and I'm trying to get it to go all the way into this corner, and it's like doesn't want to stay. But we'll stretch it the rest of the way as the when I do put the dimples in it. Okay, but I'm just gonna wipe my hands. I'm not washing them in this moment because I'm gonna do all of that again. I just want to be able to open my drawer so I can put some sauce on here. I have never made a colored focaccia. What does that entail? When you say colored, do you mean like food coloring, or is this like a natural dye? Like how do you change the color of the focaccia? Okay, I don't want to put a ton of liquid on here. So the sauce, I'm gonna spread. I sort of dappled it on, and now we're gonna spread it out. I don't want to put a ton of sauce in here, so I think that's probably enough. I'll put the rest of it in a container in the fridge, and I'll use that for something or other in the next 2 weeks. Stay tuned for what that entails. I love when a use it up meal creates more things to use up. I'm just moving the problem from the cabinet to the refrigerator. That's perfect. Okay, that's good. Now we're gonna put some cheese on here. And again, I think I might not end up using all of this cheese. So I don't want to just put my oil hands in there. I'm going to dump it into my hand so I can save the rest of this. I think I am actually going to use all of this cheese now that I'm looking at how much is left and how much open space there is on here. And this is mozzarella. It's not going to spread too much. It's just going to kind of melt where it's at. So, beet focaccia sounds fun. Added as a puree into the dough. That's cool. So it is a natural food color. Excellent. It does take a little time and patience. Like I started this yesterday on stream. You can make focaccia dough in one day. It's just not as good. Like genuinely, it's just not as good. This has been 24 hours, so it's still not as good as it could be. I could leave it in there for a lot longer, and it would be even better. The pizza dough that I make, I try to leave for at least 48 hours now. So this is bacon that I'm tossing on here right now. This is a bunch of bacon. I don't think I'm going to use all of this. This is quite a lot of bacon. Which like isn't generally a problem for me, but I could put that in a, oh, god damn. Okay, sorry. I need to wash my hands. I could put that in like eggs for breakfast or something like that. Beet focaccia makes a great Valentine's dish. That's cute. Oh, that's right. We are into like heart-shaped season, aren't we? Where everything is now going to be heart-shaped for the next like month. Right. Okay. Hey Lou, you literally just grabbed that pan, decided it was hot, and went to grab it again. What's your problem? Problem is, I forgot. Okay. Now this asparagus, like, really... This asparagus really got small. So I'm going to put this in my hand and sprinkle it over the top of this. Or not necessarily in my hand, but I'm not just gonna spoon it on because it's just gonna plop off the spoon. It's not gonna come off with any sort of spread. So we're just putting the asparagus on little by little. It's almost like an asparagus pesto at this point. Now all of this is going to get dimpled into the bread. So I'm just topping it right now. And in a moment, I'm going to take my fingers and sort of mash this in while creating some pretty good dimples and hopefully a bubble or two. It's unlikely I'm going to get any big bubbles off the top of this focaccia because it's very densely covered. I could stand to cover this with a little bit less topping here, but I also kind of love all of these toppings and just want to do the thing, and damn whatever happens. Okay. While I have some dirty hands, we're just going to dimple. So I'm just pressing the solids in. I'm pressing the dough up. I don't want to do that should be good. And now we put this in the oven and bake it. Now I'm going to wash my hands again because because they're covered in like 6 different types of thing. All right, let's get this in the oven. Once I get that in the oven, we're going to, like I said, clean up a little bit and take a quick peek at a cookie cookbook. Alrighty. Focaccia's ready. 25 to 30 minutes in the oven. In my experience, it's going to take the 30 minutes, so I'm going to set a timer for 30. In my experience, it's going to take a little longer than 30, and that's probably to be expected. Is there anything else that I needed to do here? Transfer the pan to the oven and bake. Okay, no, there's not. Let's do a little bit of this bacon grease off the pan. We're just going to drizzle this on top because like more oil is never the problem. There we go. And this is now going in the oven. My oven is hot and ready and preheated. Okay. Clean up the counter. That's the next goal here. Because I've got some things that can get packaged. I've got a little bit of extra bacon, a little bit of extra pizza sauce. So let's pack those up, put those in the fridge. The bacon, like I said, I'm going to end up using for, I'll just toss this in like, so every so often I make eggs for Calvin for breakfast. Scrambled eggs, scrambled or fried. So I will just, the next time I make him some eggs, which will probably be tomorrow if he knows there's bacon, I will just toss those in there. Pizza sauce is good. Get those in the sink. Get those over there. I'm gonna, okay, we got that. This needs to get washed. The other cast iron needs to get washed. These go in the fridge. Grimjob Shark, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday, Junior, if that's your vibe. Let's wipe the counter. If I start the timer, I didn't hit start on the timer. Okay, now the timer has started. Jamie, welcome in. How do you do? All right, counter is good. Once again, I have my favorite focaccia dough recipe in the oven ready to go. All right, these towels are all pretty dirty. So let's take those and toss them up by the laundry. There they go. And let's actually wipe this counter off with a disinfecting wipe. Because I'm about to want it to be clean, because I'm not cutting or chopping or doing anything else on here today. All right, good to go. Good to go. For any of y'all who are looking at the stream time and being like, you went live late today. No, the stream crashed. So we've been live since noon. Just like FYI, this is the second stream of the day. So if you checked in earlier, you can check in again if you haven't done so already, because the OBS and the bot both restarted. Okay, we're going to clean up a little bit here now. I'm gonna spend like 5 minutes or so cleaning or putting some things away from the clean dish rack. Actually, no, I'm gonna do these dishes over here. So why don't we play a game of words on stream? I'm not gonna run an ad. I'm just gonna play a game of words on stream, and we're gonna do a quick look over at the sink here. We're gonna do a quick look over at the sink. And I am going to do some of the dishes that are ready to go. So here comes a game of words on stream. I'm going to be over here at the sink. I've got chat with me. And I just want to load up the dishwasher again, continue to load the dishwasher, and clear the sink out because I'm waiting for something in the oven, and while you're waiting, you should be cleaning. Not should be, but it's kind of a best practice to, like, you know, clean while you're waiting for your things to cook. But we're not going to run, like I said, I'm not going to run an ad during this time because I'm a little over it today. Not over the streaming part, but, you know, I feel like whenever the stream crashes, I sort of get to the like, well, we're just going to keep going. I'm done with ads for now. I'm done with Twitch being annoying. Even though it's not Twitch, it was definitely my computer. That was the issue. But, you know, blame Twitch, and that's okay. I will. Thank you. All right. Let's get our dishes cleaned up as best as I can here. Some of these things I would put in the oven. Like, generally, I would put the sheet pan in the oven to dry off, but I don't want to open the oven right now. Just got a focaccia in there. So all this stuff will just sit on the stove, and it can wait until the oven is finished to go in and dry off later. We'll just put all this on the counter. Wonderful. All right, last guesses. Get them in for this one. Get them in for this one. All right. So close. Oh, so close on that one, y'all. That was the one. That felt like the one that got away. That really did. That's why. That one came right down to it. Very good. Every once in a while, the game humbles you. All right, but we're working here. So when I'm finished this, we're going to try these peanut butter cookies. Why did that freeze? Oh my God. That was weird. Okay, that was just the internet. Yeah, uh-oh, indeed. If this persists, I'm going to need to do some more computer triage, because this all feels like computer lag issues. Chrome shouldn't. That was, to be fair, it was stuck on my screen. Like, I didn't see it ticking down. So I don't know. But if we persist, if things lag again today, I know that I have some computer work to do. What did I add? Oh, you know what I added? Hold on. I know what I need to do. This might not change anything, but I added a whole scene to my main camera earlier when I added the streamer bot thing, and it's not visible, but I think it's loading. I think it's like keeping that, I think it's keeping that visual cached. So let me delete that. Let me delete that and see if that makes a difference. It might not, but I'm almost finished with these dishes here. Okay, it's not on this screen though, so I don't know. It's still probably caching it, but I'll execute on my idea here when I'm finished these dishes, and then we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. It probably won't, but you never know. It might. The internet's probably just going to go out again today. Okay. We're almost there, y'all. I'm finishing some dishes, as I said. The cast iron pans I'm going to wash later because I don't want them just sitting out wet. I want to throw those in the oven to dry as soon as I have washed them. So I'd rather they just sit on the stove and be dirty rather than not drying them right away. So we're just about finished here. Get my empty jar of Sunbutter. Get this rinsed out, and then we'll be good to go. And then we're, as I said, we're going to try the peanut butter cookies and see how they are. And we're going to pick some cookies from the 108 Asian Cookies cookbook and see how those are. Good job. All right, you got one more. This is going. Y'all are, ever since the hang up here, we've picked up steam. Good work. The picking up steam part. Heather Broccoli, welcome in. Hey, that's a Cookie Club entry. 60 seconds. Welcome in. Right. Dishes are finished. And wipe the counter because I got water all over the counter too. I like sprayed water everywhere as I was doing this. Okay. Do I have any dirty dishes currently? No, I don't. Just the pan in the oven. And that's it. All right. We did it. One of my favorite things is when I get to finish all of the dishes during a game of Words on Stream. Not favorite things, but like generally speaking, I kind of love when that happens. That focaccia smells good. Don't open the oven, Lou. What are you doing? Don't open the oven. I just opened the oven to look at it. All right. Good work, y'all. You did good. Those are some good boards. Congrats to everybody who participated in this round of Words on Stream today. Let me scroll back up and see if I missed anybody who was coming into chat for the first time today. I saw Head of Broccoli come through. We did that. Okay, cool. We did it. All right. It is time to test some cookies here. Let's first things first. I'm going to transfer these to one pan. So they're all just in one spot. Put those away. I lied. There are still dishes. We have a dish pan, a sheet pan, not a dish pan. I do have a dish pan over there, but this is a sheet pan now. Okay. Calvin, would you like to help me sample some cookies? Would you like to help me sample some cookies? Sure, he said. How's the battery? Battery looks good. I was charging it a little earlier, so we're still in the green. Still in the green. Okay, I'm gonna have Calvin come down and we're gonna sample some of these together. Let me get myself some water here real quick because I am feeling slightly parched and I would like to have a beverage. Sparkly water, please. Thank you. All right. Wait, I left the cap over there. There we go. Okay, got 15 minutes left on the focaccia in the oven. These are Sunbutter. Well, they're peanut butter. The recipe is for peanut butter cookies. I made these with Sunbutter. This is what they, hold on. This is, let me hold this so that they don't slide off, right? This is what they look like. They look like your typical peanut butter cookies. Little brown peanut butter cookies, brown on the bottom. Oh, who's here? I know who's here by how my leg is being hugged. We have a helper. We have a helper who is very curious about the cookies. Baby boy, you did a good job staying away today and not getting your fur all in everything. Look at the sleepy boy. Sleepy. This cat is sleepy right now. Ash, why are you so sleepy? Well, I'm done waiting for Calvin. I'm going to try these. He's upstairs absorbed in his iPad. Okay, let's take... Oh, Gwen's home too. About to get chaotic in here. These are the peanut butter cookies. Ash, I can't do this with you in my arm, bud. I need both hands. Okay. You want your chair? Hold on. Let's see if you'll sit in your chair for a few minutes. He probably won't, because as soon as Gwen comes in, he's gonna... Oh, no. He wants to get down right now. Okay. No, he wants to get on the counter. Come here. Will you sit? Will you just sit here with me? There we go.
Is Ash helping you too?
He's thinking about it. Right, here's the cookies. They are peanut buttery. Nope, he's gone.
I'm not able to have it.
And they have, the inside is a little chewy looking. Has a good texture. Cal, can you move that chair out of the way? I had Ash sitting on it, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't have peanut butter, but these are made with Sunbutter. They're peanut butter style cookies made with Sunbutter. Would you like one?
Yes.
Okay, you can have one.
That is what I can.
Tell me what you think.
Excuse me, Daisy. Daisy, baby.
I like the texture of these. They're grainy, like sandy, but not like I didn't rinse off the lettuce for the salad kind of sandy. They're like grainy in the sugar cookie kind of way.
Mm. Mhm.
You like these? These are really good. I'd make these again. My brain is having a meltdown right now.
Why?
Because my taste buds and my sense of taste and my sense of smell are telling my body that I'm actively harming it, because like it smells like peanut butter and it tastes like peanut butter. And my brain is like firing. Like fireworks are going off. But my body's I'm not having the peanut butter reaction because it's not peanut butter. Like I know that it's not peanut butter. But even like so 3 of my senses are telling me that I'm eating a peanut butter cookie. Well, 4. Touch. Taste. Smell.
What else?
Sight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then ESP.
And then your ears are like...
Hearing.
Your ears are the only thing that knows.
Yeah.
No.
My ears have nothing to do with that.
No,
but
your nose is the
all the relevant senses.
Your nose is the only thing that knows. But
all the relevant senses are like telling me to freak out. Have you had these before? These type of cookies?
I don't know.
I mean, I haven't made them.
No. I
No?
haven't.
So this is the best peanut butter cookie you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that nice?
Not to be the worst bubble, but it's also the worst one I've ever had.
Oh, get out of here. Terrible. Maybe, Jamie. I feel like these are really good. Like, I don't know. I would make these again just for myself. Too. Like, these are really easy in general. I'm having another one.
I'm gonna get water real quick. Baby.
Yeah, the bottom of these is a lot lighter in color. I feel like maybe they could have baked for a little longer, but like the color, that's about the dark. That's like, they're all about the same. They all weigh exactly the same when I put them on the tray. So the uniformity of these is also very pleasing to me. Like they all look exactly the same too. Yeah, really happy with these.
Can you please get off of my foot?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, baby.
Daisy's down here.
Daisy wants a cookie. Daisy wants a cookie.
Daisy smells peanut butter, which she likes.
Is there anything in here that you couldn't have?
Please don't give her a cookie.
No, not like a whole one, but I was gonna give her a piece.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't. All right. We're going to take a quick breeze through this cookbook here. We got 8 or 9 minutes left on this focaccia. Let me take a look through.
8, 9.
Yeah, it's looking good. It rose a bunch. Cheese is melted. I'm seeing bubbles from the inside, the interior, meaning the cheese has melted and the sauce is bubbling, which is a really good sign. I put the 8-9 thing. Yeah. Is that what's next for the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
8, 9.
Great.
41 started, but like kind of died down.
41 kind of died down? Yeah.
Yeah, because it was because...
Explain to me the ways of the youth. Go.
Okay. So...
He's just like, okay.
So, some adult...
Tiny cookie.
An adult was like, oh, 6, 7, that's just 2 numbers, like 41. And they started like a big thing.
Mm-hmm. Clearly it was big, but not big enough to reach my awareness.
6, 7 was just some random guy. That was like the score at a basketball game, and someone was like,
I thought it was like a.
6-7, and that started it.
So because some basketball game had some score and somewhere in the world, I now have to hear those two numbers from everybody under the age of 12 constantly. Is that accurate?
Under the age of 16.
Okay.
Not just
Don't do it.
Not just up to 7th grade.
Okay.
Like 16.
Okay. I'm willfully ignorant of all of these trends. I have no desire.
Which is in like 6 or 7.
I have no desire to know what any of these things are. Yeah. Great.
Maybe when we're 67 years old, on my 67th birthday,
Can we not?
The kids will be like, I'll be like, oh, I'm 7 years old, and the kids will be like, you're cringe.
Yeah.
Like, you're cringe.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I want you all to know that he's like this
No, I'm not.
first thing in the morning, too. First thing in the morning.
Nah.
All the information that you could possibly need, and lots that you don't.
Well, you asked me what the kids were saying or whatever.
I know I asked you, because I was genuinely curious. All right.
Maybe you shouldn't have.
I'm glad you like the peanut butter cookie. You can finish it.
Yeah.
I see you holding it in your hand, but I'm not sure what you're doing with it.
I'm just getting it out of my teeth.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
Hi, Mother.
Hello. Gwen, would you like to try peanut butter cookie? That's made with Sunbutter, but it's like a peanut butter style
It
cookie.
tastes like peanut butter. Just letting you know so that you don't. So that you
Okay.
want to.
Oh, I love that this cookbook has a thing in here that I appreciate about lots of different recipes. It has a note that says inactive time. So like the time that you are letting the stuff letting it rest, because this one says at least an hour, and then in the recipe it says refrigerate for at least an hour. So I can just look through here and see
Thank you for the recipe.
all the inactive times in here, which is like nice. 30 minutes. Best chocolate chip cookies ever. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, best chocolate chip cookies ever. I feel like I
Yeah.
probably want to make those at some point. So we'll flag those. I don't know if that's a cookie club situation. Are these sectioned off? What section am I in here? Cookie box essentials. So we're in the essentials section.
When I went to school,
Butter flour cookies. Ooh, those look cute. Oh, look at these.
Thank you for the recipe.
These look really fantastic. Oh, that direction. You like them? Gwen likes them. We love it. Love it. Yeah, these are pretty. I don't know how well these would package. They're also very tall. I would like to. I wanted this cookbook because I wanted to be able to try some of these. Or like, I had seen a couple recipes from this book in various formats, like on social media and whatnot, and they were like all the ones that I saw from here looked and sounded amazing. Matcha, macadamia nut, and white chocolate monsters. Monster cookies. Come on. Those look great. Those look great. Ube Linzer cookies, the ones with the little window on the inside of them. Those look fun. Cheesecake cookies with black sesame. There's a few. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, look at these though. Look at like the inside of these. they're like filled with cheesecake. That sounds kind of amazing. No, okay, but these are like the basic cookie box essentials. There was a few in here that really looked fascinating when I went through. Oh, these are the no thank you, lace cookies with miso, caramel, and sesame. These are the ones that I thought looked amazing. There's no rest time in here. Sugar, butter, coconut milk, miso, MSG, butter, honey, almond flour, and sesame seeds and sea salt. But they look like kind of amazing. Like this looks incredible from like a cookie perspective. It looks crispy and it looks spicy, but it's not. There's nothing in here that's spicy. It's a caramel sauce. So those are getting flagged because I want to make those. I don't think those are a good cookie club candidate because they have sauce on them. Chinese peanut cookies. Okay. Popular Lunar New Year staples. Those look good too. I mean, I'm just going to keep saying they look good. Sorry. Yeah. Those are not those. Gwen just asked if we could eat the cookies. Yes, you can tell our friends that when they come over later that they can have some peanut butter cookies.
Because I got drinks.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. Did you get me anything? What'd you get?
Yeah, you can have high noon.
I don't.
What's the wine and spirit store? What do you want from me?
Non-alcoholic spirits.
Well,
Okay.
I didn't think of you.
She didn't think of me. Great. Okay. Cool. Well, I guess I'll just.
Go fuck it.
I guess I'll just go fuck myself then. Okay, cool. Anyway, timer's about to go off for these. Chocolate sandwich cookies with Thai basil. These also look really fantastic. I gotta check that focaccia. So the focaccia needs to come out and rest for 10 minutes. What did I do? I had the audacity to ask if when Gwen went to the liquor store, she got me anything. And she was like, well, you can have a high noon. And I'm like,
Yeah, I got.
but I don't drink.
That's just not my problem.
Oh, before that. What did I do before that? I don't know. Whatever it was my fault. Clearly.
What do you mean? I'm not being mean. This is me being nice.
This is her being nice, she says. To make her mad. She's not actually mad. Like, if she was mad, we wouldn't be speaking. We wouldn't be jovial if she was mad. There would be me just doing this. I'd be watching her walk across the room. I'd be watching her walk back in dead silence. So no madness. No anger. Definitely a little bit of madness, if you know what I mean. Like they used to say about Victorian people. Anyway, can't hear me. She's downstairs now. All right, let's check this focaccia bread. This looks. What does this look like? This looks good. Oh my God, this looks good. Holy shit, that looks so good. Okay, that was plenty of time. I hit the right time and the right temperature for this. Y'all, look at this focaccia bread. Look at it. I just got it out of the oven. Here it is. It's on the screen. It'll be off the screen in just a moment. That looks like a pizza. I'm very happy with that. Y'all, I'm really proud of my 5 mushroom focaccia bread.
Stop.
I'm just kidding.
Instigate. That's what you do. Fucking on purpose instigate.
On purpose instigate. No, there's actually no mushrooms in it, but it does need to rest for like 10 minutes. I want to look at a few more of these cookies. We're not going to get through this book, and that's fine because I actually think it would probably be really boring to see me look at every recipe in this book and go, "Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good." But there was a few that I had spied in here that I want to see if I had like seen them already. Black sesame white chocolate cookies. These were good cookie club candidates because they only require a 30-minute rest, and they have interesting like texture and color. They're like black cookies, and they have white chocolate in them. I'm gonna hold this up, but I keep holding it up upside down, but that's because holding it right side up is weird. Is not weird. It's just not easier. It's easier to hold it upside down. These pineapple bun cookies looked really good. These would not be good candidates, but I wanted to make those because they have custard powder in them and pineapple jam, which sounded really kind of lovely. I also liked how these have what looks to me like a chewy edge, which I think seem really good. These have to rest for 2 hours or overnight, it says, so not great candidates for Cookie Club, but if I was to do them in two different on 2 different days, they could be. Let's see. I just set a timer for the focaccia resting. So once the focaccia is rested, remove the pan from the oven and transfer the focaccia to a cooling rack. Right, hold on. I have to actually transfer this to a rack. I forgot about that part. I was just going to say it sits in there, but if you let it sit in the pan the entire time, it steams from the bottom and it loses some of the like crispiness that it generates. So we're gonna pop that out onto the cooling rack and let that cool for just a little bit there. Okay, I'm gonna leave the spatula there because we can use it again. Mango lassi cookies. These have an overnight rest as well. These candied walnut brownie brittle looked really good. These are not a cookie, but it was they're friggin' brownies with candied walnuts in them. Like, that looks kind of amazing, right? There are some good candidates in here. Chocolate chip cookies with furikake Chex Mix. Okay, that is kind of amazing. Chex Mix on cookies sounds fun. And furikake is one of those seasonings that I always have in the house that I use for so many things. Onoishi cookies. What is in these? These are just pretty. I don't know what ingredients these are in here, but we're about to find out. These look lovely. Okay. Let's see. Soy sauce glaze. They have jam filling, which is passion fruit and raspberries. They have a glaze, which is confectioner sugar, yuzu juice, and soy sauce. And then the cookies themselves are butter, sugar, yuzu juice, yuzu jam, red miso. These sound wild. And a lot of these I'm looking at, they say, you know, rest for, chill the cookies uncovered in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. So 30 minutes is like standard chill time on some of these, which is totally reasonable. 30 minutes I could definitely do, because I'm going to end up making multiple batches of whatever it is out of here, and they're you know, I'll make one batch and put it in the fridge. I'll make another batch. The first batch has been in the fridge for 30 minutes, so it's not an issue. The issue for chilling comes when it's like 2 hours to overnight. That's either not going to happen, or it's a 2-day process. These were ones. Miso pistachio pudding cookies. These, I think, were one of the ones that I was like, definitely would be good candidates for Cookie Club. They're simple to make. They have some fun ingredients. Instant pistachio pudding mix, ground pistachios or pistachio flour, light brown sugar, granulated sugar, red miso, milk chocolate, shelled pistachios, dried cranberries, and sea salt. These, y'all, I think these might be the ones coming up, but we'll see. I'm not positive, but they look... These are the ones that I was looking at them and I was like, okay. When I looked at this book in a bookstore like a month or two ago, I was like, I want these. What is Focaccia like? So I said that I usually have it, and I don't think I do. Actually, no, I do. It is this. It's rice seasoning. So Furikake. It is a mix of sesame seed, seaweed, salt. Sesame seed, seaweed, and salt, basically. Looks like that. And you can, it's just a topping. It's like, you can put it on basically anything. Like you could put this on your bagel, you could put it on sushi, you could put it on eggs. It's great on popcorn. Refrigerate after opening. Didn't know that. I've never done that. I guess that's because it's got some oil in it, so that doesn't get rancid. Ingredients: sesame seed, sugar, seaweed, salt, maltodextrin, disodium inosinate. Warning: contains sesame. Yeah, it's basically a salty topping. So the consistency of it is it's got seaweed, 2 different types of seaweed in this one, seaweed and sesame. And yeah, it goes great on basically anything, including just plain. And they have different types. This one is a sweet one. They have spicy ones. All sorts of different like varieties. I think about it like Old Bay almost. It's got the same like versatility. Like you can put it on whatever. Tiddly, I just found out recently syrup does not need to be refrigerated. You know, I refrigerate my syrup. But I have a bottle of syrup in my camping kit that I don't refrigerate, and it's always been fine. I mean, it's pure sugar too. Like, you know, it's really, really, really gonna stay preserved because it's like just pure sugar. These look great too. These faux cookies. Flour, cake flour, cinnamon, cardamom, coriander, MSG, butter, brown sugar, eggs, fish sauce, confectioner sugar, lime juice, lime zest, mint or Thai basil leaves. There's also an instant ramen cookie. That's wild. But these, yeah, there's so many cookies in this book that I want to make. I feel like I could just make like a cookie from this book every stream for the next 108 streams. And I would be very happy. Where was 214? Salted egg yolk and cornflake cookies. God damn. This book is also is really thoughtful in the way that they present the details for each recipe. So they have how many cookies it makes, what the prep time is, what the cook time is, what the inactive time is, which is not typical. Like this other cookbook, 100 Cookies right here, has the ingredients. It tells you how many it makes. It tells you how many cookies. At a glance, you can see how many cookies it makes and what the ingredients are. And that's it. I really love more data. And so the fact that this has like prep time and cook time, inactive time, and difficulty, like a star rating that's justified underneath of it. So this one's a 4 out of 5. Browning the butter takes a bit of practice to get right. Like, of course it does. If you've never done it, that would be a difficult step. Fudgy soy sauce chocolate chip cookies. Like, yes, please. Instant ramen cookies. These are the ones. Flour, cake flour, white sesame seeds, baking soda, baking powder, unsalted butter, brown sugar, granulated sugar, peanut butter, 1 large egg, red miso or soy sauce, 2 3-ounce packets of instant ramen, crushed into tiny pea-sized pieces, seasoned with about 3/4 of the dry seasoning packets. We got pictures of this? Y'all. Look at this. Get out of here with that. I would crush those. Those look phenomenal. Okay. I do think that the next probably maybe 2, maybe 3 Cookie Club selections are coming right out of this book. Because seriously. And I don't think, I don't think any of the flavors that are in these are unapproachable. Like, I think the flack that I've seen for this book online is like, oh, there's not a lot of sugar, they're not sweet enough, they got spicy stuff in them, like a bunch of nonsense. Like, they got a chocolate chip cookie in here too. Shut up. Like, they got several chocolate chip cookies. Sweet sriracha cookies. All right. I feel like these I'm just like, as I said, I'm just going through here and being like, that looks good. That looks good. Chili crisp chocolate skillet cookie. Could have made this yesterday. I have chili crisp. Fuck. All of this looks amazing. Okay. I'm going to salivate over all of these later. We've got a lot of options here that look really good. A lot more to come. I'm gonna finalize a cookie for the January Cookie Club coming up pretty shortly here. It's definitely going to be from this book, and I'm already excited about it. I hope you are too. Let's, however, go to our focaccia. It is time. Is this going to fit on this cutting board? Yes. This focaccia always fits perfectly on this cutting board. Before I cut it though, I want to take a picture of it. You know what I'm consistently and constantly and forever forgetting the salt. I actually don't want to put salt on here anymore because I'm thinking about all the salty stuff that's on here, especially the bacon. And I'm like, I don't need that much salt. But I do want to put some parsley on here now that it's been cooled a little bit. The parsley can just slide into the cracks and it'll be nice. But this has been cooling now for about 10 minutes. Actually, no, about 20 minutes. I set a timer, it went off, I turned it off, and I just kept going. Let's take a picture of this on my cutting board though. We'll take a picture with the whole loaf, and then we'll take a picture of a piece of the cut focaccia, and then we'll try it. And that's gonna be delicious because because it looks good. So why wouldn't it be? Yay! It's been a while since I made focaccia. I'm pretty excited about this, honestly. Okay, let's get this onto a cutting board, and we're gonna cut this with a big knife instead of a pizza cutter. So come on down and let's check this out here. We got the whole thing. Looks pretty good. Let's see, how many pieces do I want here? I don't know. I'm gonna cut it in half, and then in half, and then we'll go from there. Okay, probably 8 pieces. Yeah, there we go. Now, here's the real question. What does it look like on the inside? Because it's really what's on the inside that counts, right? Let's take one of the big chunky pieces and zoom in on this here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty happy with how that came out. The sauce did not penetrate very deep, which is good. The bread rose a ton. And this is what you're seeing here is just like spillover from the knife. Actually, no, that's not. That's some of the filling got all the way in, which is great. Okay. Let's get a plate. We'll put a piece on a plate. 2 pieces on a plate. Take a picture of that, and then we'll try it. Because I'm excited. It's been a while since we've had focaccia, and I put this on the meal plan like 2 weeks ago, and I've quite literally been thinking about it since then. And I'm like just very ready to eat. Yay. There we go. We did it. Okay. Now, this cutting board has been used today. No, I did not use this cutting board today. That gets to go right back over there. I'm going to put this to the side. That's going to be dinner for everyone. This is the piece I'm going to try. All right, we got focaccia. We haven't done one of these in a while. Here's what we made for dinner tonight. This is a focaccia bread. This focaccia bread is a basic focaccia bread recipe. It has Don Pepino tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, bacon, asparagus, a bit of roasted garlic, as well as a topping of parsley. And that is dinner tonight. Let's try it. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you what the bottom looks like. The bottom looks good too. Nothing falling off. Nothing falling off when I hold it like this. That means that everything is stuck on there nicely. Mm. God, that was so good. That was just like a pizza. I mean, it is a pizza. I could have put more sauce on here. I always defer to a little bit less because I feel like if I put too much on the filling on the top, it doesn't rise. But like, this thing rose really well with all that stuff on there. I could have doubled the fillings on there. I bet it still would have risen. Mmm. Wolf. That was a hefty piece of focaccia bread. I'm really happy with that though. I feel like sometimes my expectations are higher than my than the outcome, but this one actually I feel like is really good. I'm excited. Well, I'm happy. I'm also hungry, and clearly I'm demonstrating that by eating immediately and quickly. Okay. What is the schedule like next week? I forget. Let's take a look. The schedule next week is Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week is a Tuesday, Wednesday week. It's Tuesday, Wednesday because we have half days on Thursday. Tuesday will be 12 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday will be the normal like noon to about 7:30 or so Eastern. I don't know what we're doing just yet. I believe that both of those streams will be in the kitchen. Depending on the weather, I might want to go outside and do like an IRL thing. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the weather's going to hold, and I'm not sure if that will be reasonable to do or not. So we'll see. No promises. I promise that I will be streaming at some point. I will be live, and we'll figure out what that looks like. Lauren on YouTube, thank you. I appreciate it. I am very happy with it. It turned out pretty much exactly how I was hoping it would, which is always a nice thing when you're like cooking and the food that you're cooking is like, yep, that did the thing that I wanted it to do. Doesn't always happen though, so you know. Okay, let's figure out where we're gonna go today. I think I want to keep it in the category. I think I want to go to a stream that I don't know if we've rated before. Let me see how far along they are. They're not about to raid, are they? No. They are not about to raid. Is this? Yeah. Okay. There. This person does food and drink, among other things. I don't know if she always does food and drink. Hold on. Let me make sure that that's who I want to raid. I haven't hung out in her stream as much, but it doesn't matter. We're going to raid because I think what she's doing looks interesting. And sometimes that's what's important. I love when people are making food that I would personally also like to eat. So we're gonna raid Maya Michaela, who is currently streaming in the food and drink category and is wrapping lumpia by hand, which is something I've only done on stream once and I've only done in life twice. And it looks very fascinating, and I'm just mesmerized because she's literally like rolling in, and it's like a good camera angle, and it looks fun and it looks delicious. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna start that raid now too. So y'all, thank you for bearing with me today through our tech issues. We have some raid messages in the chat. We have some social media messages, social media links in the chat as well. Thanks for all of the folks who came through today. Anyone who followed, anyone who subscribed. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for that. If you are watching on YouTube, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. And if you're not currently on YouTube, there's a link to that in chat, and you can hit the subscribe button when you go. All right, we're going to say bye now.